Same as always, coming back. Normally played your last international game on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and you're back in on a Thursday, looking for the weekend, kind of refocused and re-energised. After having good weeks away with England, it's always good to kind of be back in the building with the boys, and looking forward to the next game.
Can I just ask you, before we talk a bit more about Burnley regarding England, the Harry Maguire situation with the booing? A lot of people have been commentating on it. What do you make of that?
Yeah, not for me, if I'm honest. A player for England who's been outstanding. I think player of the tournament, 2018 World Cup, player of the tournament, Euros. A matter of months ago, really. And obviously what the England team has achieved in the last few years, being a World Cup semi-final and a Euros final, not really been seen in my lifetime. So it's something that was a surprise for myself and for all the players, I think.
Was there a lot of discussion amongst the players after the game about it?
No, I think there's a lot. I think everyone kind of shoots off after the game, to be honest. So it wasn't something that was openly discussed. I think everyone's shooting off to families, friends, and back to the clubs.
You ever had that treatment, either at club or country level, where you get a lot of stick off the supporters?
Played against Millwall, that's all right. No, I've been quite fortunate, I think, in general, that I can think of in my career. So, hopefully that stays as it is.
Well, you can't run away with the pitch, can you, if it happens?
No,
you stay where you are.
There's no big hole to swallow here. So, if it happens, it's stand up and deep breath and take it on the chin.
Let's talk about Saturday then. City coming to town. What prospect is that for you? Because they just seem to have goals coming from every single area of the pitch. What prospect is that for you?
A big challenge for us. I feel like this season, play against the top teams, and in general, we've given a really good account of ourselves, probably barring Chelsea at home. So, it's something that they are the tough challenges of the Premier League, and the reason why you want to be in the Premier League is to play against the top teams and the top players. So, a challenge we're looking forward to. A home game for ourselves. So, be looking to take it on and do what's right to have a positive outcome.
Do you do a bit of homework on players, or do you just take it as read that you know what their players can do?
I think every team does analysis and strengths and weaknesses of other teams. Part and parcel, I think, of the modern game is how can you get that extra 1 or 2% and that extra edge. So top team, have been for a few years now, probably one of the best in Europe. But it'll be about us, essentially is what we do to make the game about us and put in that performance level that can yield a good result. We went away to the Etihad, which, well known how our record is there. I know we could have got a result that day and just obviously got beaten 2-0, but that's what we need to do. Look, if our performance is right, you give yourself a chance of giving a positive outcome. And
how important is it that it has to be a good performance, because just a few days later you've got what looks like on paper a massive game against Everton as well?
I think if you don't play well against City, you're not going to get a lot. So it is important to play well and put in a good performance level, and 11 games left, so we've got midweek games, so building momentum is something that can be a good thing for us.
You know what it's like to dig results out at this club and to survive in the Premier League. What's your analysis now of that situation? Because I suppose if there's one bonus for Burnley, it's the games in hand, but the points gap is there, isn't it? Yeah,
of course. Reality is the reality. There's no hiding from that. But in the same vein, we know what we've got to do, and we know what we have got. We've got a squad full of leaders and good characters, and obviously players that have been in this position before. So something that is a challenge from us now to the end of the season. And obviously with the 3-4 day turnarounds that we're going to have with the midweek games, will be parking that result, that performance, and then moving on to the next one quickly and putting a string of results together. Does that experience of previous campaigns help? Because I guess some people may be not in that position for the first time. There might be an element of panic setting in, but I mean, there doesn't seem a sense of panic. I think it can only be a good thing that amount of Premier League games and the amount of within this position before, basically, and we've had to, dig ourselves out of, a bad start and bad positions, and get ourselves over the line. So something that collectively as players, we've not had a big turnover in players. So we've got a really good core group of players that have been here before and seen this situation and seen it through to a good outcome. So that's what we're after.
Has it got to that stage in the season now where you're analysing the league table and analysing the games to come and maybe trying to second guess where you can pick up points?
No, I don't think so. I think you're at the point where you want to pick up on every game. I think 11 games to go, in the position we are in, how we have been before, it's not necessarily targeting certain games. It's going into every game, performing that game plan and putting in good performances to get results, when they come.
And last one from me, to take your mind off the football, big golf coming up, the Masters. I know you like your golf. Is that something you'll be watching?
Yeah, I have an eye on it. I'm no good, but I like to watch and have a swing when I can. So I look forward to that.
Who's your money on?
Not a massive gambling man, but I'd say I'll go DJ for me. But there you go. Don't trust that advice.
Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Hi Nick, nice to hear.
Hey,
Just looking back at England, how sort of pleasing was it for you to get back in that squad, and how did you sort of find your time away with them?
Yeah, really enjoyable. It's short camp, really, been 7 days, and good to see the lads that I'd seen obviously in previous camps, and to meet up with new lads. I think you can see how much of an enjoyable environment it is. So always an honour to be called up, but also an enjoyment factor as well. So nice to be back in the fold and get some minutes as well.
Another game for your country, another clean sheet for your country as well. How difficult was it for you to sort of advance your cause, I guess, a little bit in that game on Tuesday night? Because I'm not sure you had a save to make, really, and that's been the case a couple of times in a couple of the games you've had that England have dominated. How difficult is it to sort of knock on the door to be number one when you're in games like that?
Yeah, he had a shot from kick-off second half, didn't he? So, something as a goalkeeper, you don't want to look to create work. I think is something that goalkeepers will speak about. You want to, be part of a winning team, and obviously a clean sheet's a big thing for a goalkeeper. But you don't want to try and advance your cause by getting involved in a game where there isn't need to be involved. So, like I said, I'm someone who likes to have a positive impact on games, but there's always a line with that. You can't, like I say, you don't want to create work and create problems for yourself. So it's it kind of is how it is. You play the game as it comes.
I guess with that in mind, you've got a week's training, haven't you, to show what you can do and compete for ultimately what you want, which is a place in that World Cup squad, I would imagine. Yeah,
of course. I think there'll be all players in an England shirt, or I've been in an England shirt last year or so, looking for the same thing. But I think it is important to train well. Don't get me wrong, the training sessions are really good and enjoyable when we are away, but it'll be club form will be a little get you in the squad at the end of the day. So that's, I think, what is important for myself from now to the World Cup.
Yeah, I suppose with that in mind, how important is it then to make sure that Burnley and yourself are still a Premier League club and a Premier League player come next season, obviously with the World Cup in mind as well?
Yeah, of course. For England, but also for myself and this club. It's something that everyone wants, every staff member, every fan, every player. So, like I say, a good bunch of characters pulling in the right direction. Experience that we've been here before. The drive and determination to, get above the dotted line. That's what everyone's got. So that's what the challenge is for us there. That's what's been set.
I heard Gareth Southgate after the game saying that he sort of tries and gets round all the players when they're in camp and has a little chat and sort of checks in with you guys, I guess. Did he speak to you about sort of what you've been doing well to get back into the squad and what he's looking for from you, or just sort of leave you to it?
Yeah, he does. I think he does get around and speak to everyone, like man management wise. I've always felt a valuable member of the squad. Back in, always remember the World Cup being like third in line really as a goalkeeper, but felt like a valued member of the squad. So I think that's something that he's always looked to do. He's always obviously appreciated by any player really. But yeah, I think you do always speak about what's gone well, how things are going at your club, just general stuff like that about the games coming forward. So yeah, it's something that I think all the players enjoy.
And just on this sort of next week, I know City's up first, but then it's Everton, then it's Norwich, which a lot of people have sort of pinpointed as two crucial games. How important is this sort of 7-8 days now? Because if you can get a little bit of momentum, you've still got 11 games left. That's it's nearly a third of the season, so there's still a lot of football to be played. How important is this little stretch now?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, when you play teams around you, it's always going to be important. But first of all, City's a massive game for us. I know, like I say, it's a home game, and we can't just sit back and
write it off.
And write it off. That's something that's not really been our style. So go out there and use that opportunity to like I say, start a good run for ourselves.
Nice one. Thanks, Nick. Is there anyone else on?
I was wondering, in terms of the England goalkeeper situation, there's sort of 6 names in the mix at the moment in terms of those squad players. Is it sort of about as competitive as it has been during the time that you've been involved in England stuff, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, a good sign, really. That's what you'd want, I think it's similar all over the pitch. Look, wherever you look, there seems like there's people either coming through or have been in the league and amassed hundreds of Premier League games, pushing for every slot on the pitch. And obviously you've got more probably English players playing abroad now as well, pushing for slots. So yeah, it's a time where the pool of England players, it seems huge.